Okay, so I came over to my friend's apartment because they have laundry in their basement. We're social distancing, so I just like came into the basement and I was gonna sit in their backyard and film a video, but there are people sitting in the yard next to their yard, so I feel like I can't film a video. And the only light in here is either right by the stairs or right here by the washer. I guess I could go by the stairs, but I'm really afraid people upstairs can hear me. How many times can I say stairs? Like I'm a scared little child. My laundry's done, I'm gonna change it. I guess I'm gonna film this. Just kidding. Okay, so I don't trust that thing. It lied to me about being done. That's not important to this video though. All right, I'm just gonna stay here. This is my comfort zone right now. Okay, so this is ASMR laundromat, basement. Whew, I haven't done this in a while. Okay, so if you can't tell, I'm self-isolating. I was laid off from my job at the coffee shop with promises that I can come back when we can. I'm on unemployment, but still having trouble making ends meet, and I've made some new merch. If anybody wants to buy some stuff with my face on it or stuff that says barista and help a brother out who no longer has an income and has no savings. So help a sister out. I don't like gendered words. Also, I feel nervous about this. I always feel anxious about asking for money. Don't worry about it. This is just like, if you want something, if you feel like you can help and you want to help. I've had friends who've offered to help, and I'd rather them like buy a pair of socks with my face on it than maybe send me cash. Yeah, so in the theme of my job and the reason for my TikTok, I hate myself. That's not true. I love myself. I've been learning to love myself a lot more in quarantine. I've been really fucking depressed, but also making strides with my mental health. So, man, we're gonna get to this video eventually, I promise. I'm sorry about this. Okay. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna tell a shitty customer story that happened right before my shop got shut down, and also has to do with Corona, because this dude was like freaking out about Corona, but being irrational and like semi-abusive. So that's what's coming your way. I don't know why anybody is watching. You don't have to watch. Nobody is somebody forcing you to watch this? Call help. Call for help. I'll call for help. Where are you? This is why I write skits. I decided to sit on the dryer and it's changed my life. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna be yelling. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. Don't do drugs. Okay, so this happened like a couple days before my shop got shut down. We were already taking steps. It might have been the week before. We were taking steps to like minimize contamination, like extra hand washing, extra sanitization, using more gloves, that kind of thing. We hadn't started doing only takeaway at that point. So this must have been, it doesn't matter that much. It does matter because he wanted to stay. Do you care? Maybe. Maybe you do. So anyway, he came in and he ordered, he's semi-regular, and he ordered a drink and a pastry to stay. And then he wanted to pay using Apple Pay. Now my coworker was on the register, so I don't know exactly what the exchange was like, but I imagine Apple Pay. Oh no, I'm sorry, we don't have Apple Pay. Cash or card. Really, in this time? You want me to reach into my wallet in 2020 during a plague and hand you my credit card? Really? How dare you, peasant? Yeah, no, I don't remember what he was like, and I have to like be in the setting, you know, to really act it out. But I imagine it was almost verbatim like that, almost exactly like that, especially the peasant part. So then my coworker's like, whatever. He pays with a credit card, then he pulls a dollar bill out of his wallet to tip, Okay, well then he comes over and he's like, I need to wash my hands. So Mr. Sir decides that since he had to touch our iPad, which we've been sanitizing, no thought to the dollar bill he touched or his own credit card or the fucking doorknobs he touched to come inside. Sorry, people's stupidity makes me angry, especially when they like make more money than me and act like they're so superior to me. And I'm like, you're literally being dumb right now. Like, why am I supposed to like respect and revere you? Huh? So anyway, then he decides he needs to wash his hands. He sees the sink behind our counter and decides that's where he needs to wash his hands. And he's like, can I wash my hands? I just had to touch your iPad. And we were like, no, there's a bathroom through the door down the hallway. And then he's like, but I'll have to touch doorknobs. I just had to touch your iPad. And we're like, well, yeah, but it's like, you can't use the sink. You can't use that sink. He's like, but, and I was like, sir, it's against health code for you to come behind our counter and use that sink. It's unsanitary. I just like looked into this man's soul being like, how selfish and oblivious can you fucking be? Oh, this is a white European middle-aged businessman whining about luxury coffee. Pretty oblivious and whatever the other word I used is. Selfish and oblivious. That's the other word I used. I got distracted because I thought somebody was coming downstairs. Selfish and oblivious. That's not a white man. I don't know what is. So he's like, well, I'll just take him to go. And like, in a way, it's like clearly he wants us to be like, oh, please, sir, no, mom, anything, suck your dick, like whatever you need to be happy, Mr. Sir. Even though I was already pouring his latte into a ceramic cup and his pastry was already on a ceramic plate, because for some reason taking the paper cups to go, even though we'd still have to touch the paper cups with our hands, touch the ceramic cups we were going to serve him, and he's still going to have to get out of the coffee shop somehow without contaminating his hands. So he's like, I'll take them to go since I can't wash my hands. Mind you, we're both just like stone-faced, just like over it, tired. Like, he's been so extra, like, on top of this. I can't even describe all the minor ways. Like, you know, passive-aggressive people who just love the sound of their own voice and need to put you in your place somehow. Peasantville. That's the place I belong. Peasantville. But we just both were just like, okay. And my coworker grabs like a pastry bag, grabs the pastry, drops it in, and I grab his drink and pour it in, like, whoop, you know? It was like, whoop. And we're just like, okay, have a great day, enjoy yourself. And we turn away from him because we're both like, we were not having it. We were done. And it's like, at that point, it's best to turn away and try not to engage if you're like gonna be grumpy. Like, we're not being rude. We're just like, we've tried to accommodate you and you're complaining about things beyond our power and being passive aggressive and abusive. We're done sucking your dick. I mean, me and this coworker aren't really ones to suck dicks. You act like a prick. You don't get your prick sucked. Oh god, okay. And he looks, you know, mildly flabbergasted that we're just like, okay, there you go, bye. And then we turn away. And he just is like silent for a second and he goes,
just a word of advice for the business.
We love a word of advice. You know what gets me? You know what is just like, you know what I'm just like weak for? You know what I'm just like, oh, I melt for? Advice for the business. He says, just a little advice for the business. You really should get Apple Pay. Something like, especially in these times. I just turned to him and I was like, it costs extra money for the business to have Apple Pay. And turned around again. He goes, well, you learn something new every day. And tried to act like he hadn't been acting like a prick. You know, I'm not an asshole. I'm fine. I'm just it's fine. You learn something new every day, right? Girlies, right ladies, right sweeties. He couldn't get his way, the specific way he felt entitled to, They felt out of control because there was a global pandemic, which I get, we all feel out of control, but we're like taking personal measures to feel more in control, like washing our hands, carrying hand sanitizer, realizing you can use a paper towel to open a door, realizing you can wash your hands when you get back to your office. I assume they have sinks at your office. Realizing if you're that worried, you don't need to go buy fucking coffee at a coffee shop. Make it at home. Make it at your office. Don't punish minimum wage workers for things beyond their control because you feel out of control of your life and have been taught that you're entitled to things exactly the way you want them. Pitching a toddler temper tantrum should not be the way that people get what they want, especially not from people like me who are not compensated or benefited sufficiently for that kind of treatment. Like, I'm here to make your coffee and follow the rules of my shop so I don't get fired and do my best to accommodate you and give you a good experience. But I'm not here to suck your dick. I'm not here to break rules and like healthcare laws because you want to pitch a temper tantrum. And I'm not here to make you feel better because you can't get your way. I don't care if you can't get your way. There are so many ways for 30 years that I have not gotten my way. I don't give a fuck if you can't get your way. I'm white too. I have privilege as a white person. That's the thing that pisses me off most is that my customer base is a lot of traveling businessmen. There's so much racism that went on and is going on with coronavirus because it started in China. So of course, abuse all Asian looking people because viruses can be racist. Viruses care about the color of your skin, but nobody, like these businessmen who take red eyes all the time, sleep 4 hours a night, probably subsist on espresso and cocaine, are coming in and out and touching stuff. I don't know when they're washing their hands. I don't know what their immune system is doing. I don't know where they've been. This man was European. I'm not gonna guess what country in Europe he was from. Probably the one that's very particular about their espresso, that had very high number of cases. I speculated. I apologize. I don't care about this man. You're gonna come in here and expose me, somebody who relies on this job literally to survive, and they get mad at me because you can't get your way. When you chose this situation, you had other options, and you are a risk to me. Probably more than I was a risk to him. Especially if he acts like that, like other people are supposed to take care of him all the time. He was definitely more of a risk to me and my coworker than we were to him. In that coffee shop where we've been sanitizing everything and washing our hands continually. So I don't know how to make this funny. We'll see if I can figure it out. Main point is like, don't be a dick. This situation fucking sucks, bro. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I thought I would only ever say that about like 9/11 and some trauma I've experienced. Like, this is unprecedented and we're all going through it. And some people are going through shit that's worse than you. And we need to remember that. Like, even I'm going through it, but I'm okay compared to a lot of people. Like, people are dying from the disease, but people can also die from like how it's going to affect the economy. And like, so many people are being just like selfish and self-absorbed and like wanting to blame other people and not take it seriously and abuse other people because they feel out of control. You know, you see a lower class person or you see somebody with a different skin tone and you're like, they're less than human in my mind. So I'm gonna take out these bad feelings I'm having on them. When it's like, they're probably the ones who need help and compassion the most. Because they're in a lower class status than you, a lower social class status than you. I fucking hate people, bro. It's not true. I'm trying to talk about humanity in a positive light. I've had some amazing friends like really be there for me through all of this and like, you know, reaching out, talking to me, giving me money, giving me advice, letting me come spend time with them, you know, so I don't lose my mind feeling lonely. like, you know, just like talking me through breakdowns. And, you know, I've just like been doing a lot of work on myself, and just like, you gotta take it a moment at a time. And like today, making this YouTube video is gonna be a great creative, productive thing I'm gonna do, and I'm excited about it. I haven't made one in months. I've gotten some freelance writing gigs so I can help make ends meet. Like, I was really, really fucking depressed and hopeless a few days ago, and my friend helped talk me through it, and I journaled through it, and I reached out to another friend to spend time, and I've been just really trying to like do the things that make me feel in control and calmer and release the serotonin. And sometimes that's just watching another episode of Criminal Minds and scrolling through K-pop Twitter, or drawing a cryptid. I'm bad at drawing, or I would show you. So just like take care of yourself, take care of each other, be smart, please be compassionate. Like, yeah, I don't know how to make it funny now that I got all fucking sentimental. So let's just ride it out. Like, it's the time, you know. I think there were some laughs in there, and my awkwardness is always fun to laugh at, and this dumb little vampire kitty face I'm wearing. Leave me a comment. Tell me about what you're doing in quarantine to help your mental health or to help other people, or tell me shitty customer stories. I love those, and sometimes they inspire my TikToks. If you know me from TikTok, which I assume most of you do. I don't have this channel monetized yet because I don't think I have enough watch time on my videos. Check out my old videos. Some of them are funny and okay to watch. I'm gonna be okay. I have a support system. You know, if you want to make a donation, that's amazing. I'll be so grateful. But also, you know, don't worry about it. Your support, a comment, a like, just you watching this video is more than enough. And like, I'd rather you buy merch if you can than just like give me money, because that's weird. But like I said, it's just, those are just options if people can help, so that I can keep it afloat. Thanks. Yeah, don't be an asshole. Stay strong, take care of yourself, wash your hands, don't be an asshole. Fuck yeah.